When we picture a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, we usually imagine this peaceful, quiet nap inside a chrysalis.
Right, yeah. But the reality is actually a lot messier.
Yeah.
Biologically, that caterpillar literally dissolves into soup.
Ugh, literal soup.
Yes, soup. It's a complete structural collapse of what it used to be before it can ever fly.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We are exploring a stack of notes on Malaysian contemporary artist Rull MacKenzie. And the mission for you today is to uncover how radical metamorphosis isn't just the theme of his paintings, it's actually his ultimate survival mechanism.
Exactly. And to really understand his aesthetic, we first must look at the real-world rupture that, forced his transformation.
Right. Okay, let's unpack this, because what strikes me right away about his early work is how unrefined it feels. Did he even have formal training before jumping into this?
Well, no, not at all. In fact, for 11 years, his quote-unquote studio was the cabin of an airplane. He was a self-taught flight attendant.
A flight attendant? For 11 years?
Yeah, 11 years. But following the 2015 Malaysia Airlines aviation tragedies, he was actually fired amidst all the corporate restructuring. But he reframed this whole trauma as a blessing in disguise to just paint full-time.
It's like a plane hitting violent turbulence, only to just break through into clear, completely uncharted skies.
That's a great way to put it. And what's fascinating here is how you can physically see that trauma and recovery play out on his canvas. Take his 2014 debut watercolor, Island Life.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one.
Originally, it was just these frantic, chaotic, abstract washes of color. It looked like a violent storm. But later, he transfigured it by adding a photorealistic, really serene woman looking at the horizon.
So he literally metamorphosed the painting's meaning from natural chaos to human hope.
Exactly. Having secured his personal artistic voice, his work then evolved outward, demanding physical space and, national resonance.
Right, which brings us to 2019, when he creates Gemilang, Freedom of Purpose. And this piece was valued at 65,000 ringgit, which is huge.
Huge. And to capture the Malaysian flag waving in the wind, he totally rejected flat paint. He integrated actual fabric into the canvas for a 3D effect.
So what does this all mean? Is this purely about national pride, or is there a hidden, maybe more selfish layer here?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the flag also represents his personal liberation from corporate life. Even though he's been dubbed the Monet of Malaysia, he actively rejects authoritarian meanings.
I see.
Yeah, he firmly believed that beauty belongs to the eye of those who see it. It's a national symbol, sure, but it's really his own breakout moment.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. Just as he reaches the absolute pinnacle of the visual art world, he entirely disrupts his own status quo.
He really does.
Yeah, in 2026, he launches Projek Aksara, meaning script or letters, and he completely pivots to auditory storytelling and a singing debut. Why do that?
Because of his management. They strictly enforce this anti-comfort zone doctrine.
Anti-comfort zone.
Yeah, it mandates creative friction. So they even use an AI music tool called Musicful to help him compose, but they restrict his prompts to just 200 characters.
Wait, but how does using an AI tool not instantly kill the narrative soul of highly emotional art? If a machine is doing it, aren't you outsourcing the emotion?
You'd think so, right? But that rigid constraint, the 200 characters,
right,
it forces the AI to be just a conceptual springboard. This gives a tiny spark.
So the final output remains fiercely human because he still has to wrestle with it.
Exactly. He has to do the heavy lifting himself.
Looking at Mackenzie's trajectory, it really shows why you, listening right now, should care about this. His journey proves that sudden endings like a firing are often just the raw material for your next masterpiece.
That is so true. And this raises an important question. If your own life had a strict anti-comfort zone doctrine actively vetoing your safe choices, what radical metamorphosis would you be forced to make tomorrow?
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you!